How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another episode on the single player world. We're back in the technical perimeter. Hope you're having a super good day today. I'm having a very good day. Done some work over here, and in the last episode we established some brand new projects to work on, and I've finished a couple things up, and we're ready to start work on the next step of the project. So check this out. We got some polar bear Frans up here on this little floating island. So I actually made a pumpkin melon farm, and as you can see, we got a bunch of drops up here. And I decided that we were going to make a little, oh my gosh, my throat. Sorry about that. I figured we would make a little AFK area, or not an AFK area, but like a storage area for all our AFK-able farms that we're going to have in this perimeter. And so this was the first little iteration, and I realized I probably shouldn't have used grass here because we got a freaking passive mob farm. Same problem at the witch hut perimeter as well. So it looks like we're going to have to do something here. I'll probably change the grass out for something else. I'm not sure if these guys spawn on the snow or the grass, so maybe that's something to test. But I don't know if this is like a separate block as the grass, like the snowy grass. I don't know if it acts just the exact same way and it, ignores the snow on top of it. So there's some testing we can do. But what's also cool about this is that chickens are 1 block tall, and polar bears are like 2 blocks tall. And the only other thing that spawns here are wolves, and wolves are also 1 block tall. So we could totally sort these guys out if we really wanted to. Not like they're going to be used for anything, but I don't know. I just figured that would be a cool thing to play around with. So anyway, let's go check out this melon farm. Oh yeah, cranking away. So there's some lossage up here, and I actually had to tall the snow on top of it. So before we check that out, I actually learned something kind of interesting building this melon farm that I was not aware of. So albino bunny rabbits, the snowy bunny rabbits, oh my gosh, I'm getting attacked. They actually spawn on snow blocks. And so I don't think anything else in the game spawns on snow blocks. And so if you're in an icy area, like I've got the ice spikes biome here, but I think that it'll work in like any other snowy biome. If you just make a perimeter somehow, like I did, and remove all of the snow, which would be ridiculously hard, but it's possible to get only snowy bunnies to spawn in the mob farm. So that's another kind of passive mob farm that we might be able to do. I don't know, just thinking about some things. I've been learning a lot doing this perimeter. It's not just cool, it's also definitely a learning experience. I got something in the corner I'm very excited to check out. But first, let's go over this melon farm because it's kind of cool. I usually don't build things in survival, start to finish, like, test out stuff in survival, but I've been doing that lately here in the world, and like, I just somehow stumbled upon a really good design. So check this out. This is actually using sapling randomizers, which is pretty cool. So this farm activates totally randomly based on when these saplings give their random updates. So if you didn't know that, saplings try to grow every once in a while, and even when there's a block on top of them, they'll still initiate a growth, and it will fail, and that will change the block state for some crazy reason, and the observer can detect it. So it's pretty cool. We just activate the farm like, I don't even know. You've seen it activate a couple times since I've been standing here, so it's fairly regular. What's also cool is if you want to increase the productivity or whatever the amount of times that it harvests, you can just add more sapling randomizers. Like I had a couple more, and it almost seemed a little bit too regular, so I slimmed it down a little bit. I got 6 of them running in here, and it seems to be a pretty good rate. This thing is kind of cranking out the melons. It's pretty cool. So basically I just got 2 hopper mine carts, and they go underneath these platforms, and all of the melons and pumpkins are alternated because they grow a lot faster like that. And I can't remember who came up with that. I think it was a SciCraft person, one of them, but they found out that melons and pumpkins will grow way faster if you alternate. So I got that going on, and I got trapdoors that break everything, as you can see. Pretty simple, just some repeaters up there. I think you saw in the time lapse kind of how I built that. Yeah, the things just pick it up. It's pretty cool. It goes into this little item elevator over here in the corner, right there. Kind of squeeze it in here as compact as I could. There we go. And then go up into like my classic little shulker packing module that I invented. Little simple little deal over here. Cool. Well, what's interesting about this that I think I need to change is that this system works great when you have it going into hoppers, right? Because usually this snow block right here behind that glass block is a hopper, and it'll collect the boxes if they shoot out to the side. But right now, I have a suspicion we might be losing some drops because I think there's a possibility where it can shoot out onto the comparator, and because there isn't a hopper underneath it, it's going to lose that whole box of drops. So we got to kind of fix this up a little bit, and I think that it'd be easy as putting a block where that comparator is, and then taking the redstone signal through the block, because I always forget you can do that, but I think that's a quick fix. Anyway, I just put it into a water stream, After it breaks those boxes, they float down the water and up the glass item elevator up to our little island up there, which we were just hanging out on top of. Well, this is kind of funny. It's a classic example of overkill in Minecraft because sometimes you just need like a little bit of drops. Like I really do not need very many melons to supply us with potions over here because we need glistering melons. And so we got gold up top, which you can see I've done a bunch of work over here. And we need melons to make those potions. And so I really didn't need this farm. But of course I had to go overboard and build a super OP one, which is fine. We're going to use it for trading and everything as well. We're eventually going to have villagers in this area. Okay, you guys, so in the last episode, we discovered a mansion, and afterwards we came over here and talked about the plans for the area. So if you're interested in the kind of a little more in-depth how this is all going to go together and like what we're trying to accomplish here, go back and watch the end of that episode and you will understand. So we're going to check out the next stage of this, which is the snow farm. So I found this design basically on Ilmango's channel. He has a tutorial for a 1 input to 16 output item distribution system, which is really cool. Takes a little bit of fan dangling with some minecart hoppers inside of here. But if you set those appropriately, you can make those 2 snow blocks up there, basically dump all of the items through all of this stuff into these droppers, and it will be able to keep up with even an efficiency 4 shovel just digging away at the snow block. It's kind of crazy. So let's go in here and pay very close attention to the sounds. It's very, very loud, but let's listen to the droppers. And when I stop shoveling, we should hear those droppers stop relatively quickly. Okay, we're just going to do it for a second so we make sure that we're like filling it up completely. And listen to that. Bam, it's already done. So check that out. If you've ever done this before, if you ever tried to collect snow like this with hoppers, you might know that it's insanely difficult to collect it all at once. And we're even using an efficiency 5 diamond shovel, which is crazy. We're able to keep up with all of the snow generation. Alright, well what's so cool about all of this is that with this item distribution system, and by the way, if I ever mention anybody else's content, I always leave a link in the description, so if you want to see how to build that, because it's pretty complicated, you can go check out Ilmango's tutorial, and there's a tiny little thing you're going to have to mess with the placement of rails, so just fair warning, it's kind of tricky, but you can figure it out, it will work for you, and we have everything going into a bulk storage system down below, just for the moment, and so I'm realizing that we could literally do this infinitely. We could never stop generating snowballs continuously with our mending shovel. So this is kind of crazy because we're going to fill this up really quickly. So we might want to have something at the top that like detects if this is full and maybe like pushes us back off the block or something. I don't know. But this is going to fill up super fast. And so I figured it would probably be the easiest method to just come through here and break these chests and then craft our snow and then put the chest back. That's probably the quickest way to do that. Excuse me. My gosh, my throat. Other than that, I think the only option is to like stand down here in the item stream with like a second character and have one character. Actually, that's a pretty dang good idea. Yeah, it seems like a pretty good idea to have a second player. So if I was to stand in here and generate snow and we had a second player down here crafting the snow, I wonder if it would keep up with the rate at which we're generating it. You know what, let's test this out. I'm gonna get my second player. We're gonna put them like right in here in the water stream, and let's see if we can keep up with how fast we're generating this, because that's gonna be amazing if we can do that. All right, let's try this out. So I've got my rubber banded button down, so let's exit that, and we can start generating snow. And actually I should probably walk forward a little bit. There we go, we got both blocks. Okay, so we should be getting tons of snow. There it is, generating. Obviously, we're going to be able to keep up with crafting it now that I'm seeing this. It's super obvious at this point. But that's pretty cool, though. We can infinitely generate snow. I think the problem here... Yeah, the problem we're going to run into is we need to fill our inventory up. Wow, that's pretty crazy. I just got all the snow blocks in like a minute. That's pretty awesome. I don't think we have any place to put this. So, alright, well that's pretty cool. I think we're going to move on here because I would like to start construction on a couple things. Okay guys, this is super cool that we're able to get so much snow all at once. It's been a couple days for me and I've taken a break from Minecraft because there's a whole bunch of stuff that's going on in this perimeter that is just super complicated, and I have to make sure that I do this correctly because we don't plan this out we're going to waste a lot of time, a lot of resources, and just a lot of effort and all of that stuff, and it's not going to turn out well, and it's going to be a big bummer. And so I have to really, really think about this. And so over the last couple days, I've been in creative mode. I've been designing a whole bunch of different machines and like testing things out, and I feel very confident that we're going to get this thing in the corner actually running here, probably next episode, because this is going to be a whole episode in itself. So let's just go take a peek at this. Here is the giant slimestone device. Again, if you want to see, I don't know if I mentioned this, but if you want to see this in action, go over and follow me on Twitter. I posted some Giphy images of that thing running. So I think we're going to hold off to the next episode on that, but I've actually solved some issues with it. And so that's where I've been the last couple of days. Is I've been trying to troubleshoot this slimestone device, and I've been designing some things for this perimeter. So one of the things that I figured out how to build, I didn't design it, I found a tutorial for a potion brewing system. So we're going to slap that together. I'm going to show you it real quick, and then we'll move on and start building some more stuff in this perimeter, because I think today is going to be a little bit longer of an episode, just because I want to get some stuff done here. Okay, we're in the redstone testing world. Probably spend more time in these kinds of worlds than I do in survival recently, because console edition sucks and I'm just running into every single glitch known to science. Oh my gosh. So this is a design by RaiseWorks, and it's a really good potion brewing system that I recommend building if you're on anything but console edition, or Bedrock, I guess. So if you're on Java, go ahead and try this out. It works great, but on the console edition, it doesn't. And I think, keyword think, I might have figured out what the problem is. I think it has something to do with the piston down here and the amount of time that it's being extended for, and there's a difference on console edition and PC edition. So I'm going to wait to try and test it out, because I think I've established a test we can do, and there's some other stuff we can look at. So I'm going to wait till next episode, because there's a lot of stuff going on here. There's some spoilers for next episode. My gosh, hype. So excited about that thing right there. So again, I'm just running into every single issue. And this has gone through 5 or 6 different iterations in this world here, and this is the best one, and I'm still running into problems with it. So I'm going to put this on hold, because I think it's going to require a little bit more. I'm probably going to have to build one myself, because I'm looking at all of these Java edition versions and none of them work, because they all are relying on a certain timing, and it's just straight up different on the console edition. And so I think I'm going to try and explain that next episode. So anyway, long story short, oh my gosh, let's get the heck out of this creative world, and let's just build the gold farm up, because we've been waiting long enough. Let's build that sucker up and let's get it cranking. Super excited, and we'll come back to this in the next episode, like I said. Oh my gosh, we've done it. He's done it. We've done it. We've created a gold farm. Look at this thing. This is crazy. Man, I'm really liking this. I really like that we have this. I'm excited to turn it on, but there's a humongous problem that I keep on trying to explain, but I keep forgetting to, and that is we cannot turn this off within a reasonable amount of time and effort. As you can see, we have it turned off at the moment. And if we were going to light all these portals, the only way to turn them off, because they're all connected together like this, is with a bucket of water. We'd go splash, 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 and we'd break them all. Oh man, and that's going to take a good amount of time. I'd have to make scaffolding for it. Oh, it'd just be a giant process. And then we'd have to come and light it up. So there's a huge issue with that. But the way I'm looking at it is that we could always make more perimeters in other areas. And if we really wanted to turn this off, we can. So I guess I'm just not going to do any other hostile mob farms in this area, except for maybe a slime farm. And I think they'll just operate independently. And I'm assuming, I don't know, I'm assuming that we'll be able to figure a couple different like loopholes out with this. So for now, I'm not going to worry about it. So as you can see, we have the whole thing built up. And we've got a couple snowmen up top. We got a one wide area here, and I've just been trying to use any block that's not glass, because I'm using way too much glass, and it's going to start to lag out the world. So I'm starting to use like snow and then the purple blocks. Yeah, and then the area down here is a 2 wide, and it goes into a nice little water system. We got the alternating angles, and it's going to spiral them down in the 2 block and then over to the 1 block, which is super sweet. So the next step is to create the collection down here. I'll come down here and show you. So they get funneled in, and then we're going to have to kill them with minecart cramming, the entity cramming with a bunch of minecarts sitting on here. So I might have to take away the water to build that whole thing up. So that's going to be a little bit tricky to do it in between here. But once we have that sorted, we're going to seriously need to figure out where to put the items, because at the moment we have it into a single dropper or a single hopper. So we really got to figure out storage for like all this stuff. So you know what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to hold off to starting that until the next episode, because we built the thing and it's ready to go. We just need to figure out where we're going to put all the drops, because if I turn it on right now, oh man, we're going to run into a serious lag problem with all the items. So yeah, we're going to put this on hold for just a moment. And I've too-talled the snow up here, by the way, so nothing can spawn. Okay guys, well, one of the issues with making an episode over like multiple days is sometimes you get a little indecisive, and one day you want to do one thing and another day you want to do another thing. So it's yet another day for me. I apologize for how long it's taken me to get this episode out. I've mentioned it in my comeback episode, in the full stack one, that I was just going to kind of take my time, and the first couple weeks coming back I was just like cranking them out super fast. But then this week I've been feeling a little bit less as fast at making videos, so it's just been taking me a little bit longer this week. So I was just coming back to the game and realizing, so we've got our gold farm up above us and it's ready to turn on. I think you saw that in the time lapse, I would hope, because there was a time lapse. I hope you saw it. I need some blocks. Yeah, so I was figuring out that we basically need a place to put all of these drops. Look at all this freaking XP. I have this turned on at the moment, so I can repair my elytra and such. It's so cool having this AFKable. And by the way, why is this backed up? Should not be backed up. I guess I messed up my redstone down here. Let's go check out what the problem is. Yeah, so I'm going to try and figure out where to put all these items, because obviously we're overflowed at the moment. Why is this not working? Is this totally overflowed? Why is this not... Okay. Am I confused? I was pretty sure that when a hopper can't go right, it will go down. Am I confused about this? What the heck? Alright, I guess we'll just put all this stuff down, because we do not need it. This was kind of just for the heck of it. Is this a dispenser? Oh my gosh. Okay. So I think I figured out what we're going to do here. Let's grab this XP real quick, because we're still trying to repair. Oh, it is repaired. Amazing. This XP farm is really not too bad. It's just not as fast as what I'm used to, but it is quite decent. So let's check this out. We've got a lot of hoppers in this area, and this is going to start to be a theme for us. So I'm going to try and do everything I can to reduce the amount of hoppers we have over here. But eventually I feel like everything's probably going to go into a water stream instead of just being kept in chests. I feel like all of this is just temporary until we make our larger item storage area. So yeah, I've got everything set up. We've got the filters ready to go. We've got the subscribe sticks. We've got our sword smelter over in the side that's going to put ingots into a separate chest. And I just did that because I'm kind of curious to see the rates for how much we get from the swords. And we really only need one furnace. I did a lot of testing, and you don't need more than one furnace. So that's good there. And then we did a little fuel thing over here. I'm probably going to use mushroom blocks. So we might want to make a little mushroom farm like I like to do. I've got so many of those in the world, but I really like doing those. So that's something we can do, is make sure to fuel this thing up. We've got all our sticks in place. You know what I think it's time for? I think we're going to light this sucker up and get the gold rolling. Oh man, this is kind of a momentous occasion. I almost went up there and lit all the portals and realized that we don't have any way to kill these freaking pigmen. What am I doing? Okay, let's figure this out, because we're going to have to put 50 minecarts into here. So this is actually going to take quite a bit of iron. I totally spaced on this step of the process. So let's figure out how we're going to do this, because it's going to be a little bit tricky. And what we're going to need is a block for the rails to go onto that we can easily break. And then they're going to fall down. You know what? Probably going to need a lot of slabbage. So let's try that out. But we're going to need to break the minecart somehow. break the block under the minecarts to have them fall. I feel like I'm probably going to have to take out the water. Dang it, I really didn't want to do that, but I think that's going to be our only way to do this, because we need a block here so that we can break that everything falls down onto, and then because we got blocks up here and it's on a slab, it'll be held in place. So we need to put rails on top of that. Yep, I'm going to have to switch up the whole freaking water system. Hold on a minute, I'm going to throw in these killing area things, and we'll BRB and get some gold flowing. What the heck? Guys, this game sometimes is, well, here's the moment where it all comes together. Over a month of planning and effort and energy and math and drawings and real life and research and watching videos and building this multiple times, and I'm not even joking, it's been over a month of designing this farm and this whole perimeter action. And last week we got an update that fixed a couple things. One of the things that it fixed was zombie pigmen that stayed aggro to you after you died, which apparently was a bug, not supposed to happen, and they changed it. And they also completely broke gold farms in the process, like you do when you update sometimes. I guess that just happens sometimes. Coding is complicated. But basically, XP doesn't drop anymore from pigmen at all. And it's obviously a bug. And also, they do not get aggressive to the player or to snowmen. I mean, they barely, sometimes they do get aggressive to the snowmen, but it's like half the time. So it's totally worthless. I reloaded a save before I lit all of the portals. And yeah, we're not going to do that, I guess, because gold farms are completely broken again. Man, these things, I feel like gold farms break all the dang time. There must be some really messy code going on with the pigmen that's hard to like tweak or something. I don't know what the deal is, but this seems like a reoccurring theme for us here. And oh, look at that. Look at that. Okay, I just realized this is off by a block. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And over here we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it's totally off. But hopefully it's not going to mess with anything. I think we might have just screwed up pretty bad. But because gold farms don't work anyway, I'm just not going to worry about it. And we'll deal with that later if we ever get a bug fix, which should happen pretty soon. And speaking of which, let's go check out the bug tracker, because there's actually some pretty interesting information over there. And I've created a bug for this issue, and there's a couple other ones that I recommend voting on. So let's go check that out, and we'll come back to the world. Okay, so we're here at the bug tracker. You can see Hux Plays Minecraft has reported a bug, and what's so cool about this, what I wanted to show you, is that the day I posted this, we actually got a response from a developer down in the comments. And I got to show you screenshots. I can't show you this live because Share Factory, the program which I use to record, has changed recently and made that impossible, which sucks. But anyway, you can see that they responded asking me a little bit more, and I gave them a pretty detailed comment there with some of the testing that I did, so hopefully that helps things out for them. Okay, so we got another one over here as well, made by Silent Whisper. This is directly below. And you can see that this one is talking about aggro range, another fellow YouTuber, by the way. Go check him out. And I've made sure to leave a comment below talking about how it's the players too. So I'm pretty sure it's coming from the pigmen themselves, and that they just don't drop XP because of a line of code that was missed or something. It has nothing to do with how or why you're killing them or where or anything like that. It's just they just don't drop XP universally, yeah, I think. I guess. Oh yeah, and by the way, since we're here, I always like looking at the reports, because you can go in and change different things and look at all the graphs, because I really like graphs for some reason. And you can see PlayStation 4 is superior to Xbox One. Get wrecked! Okay guys, we're just on the interwebs, on the website, and hopefully I was able to record a post-commentary explaining all of those little screenshots I showed you, because for some reason, Share Factory, the program that I use to upload videos and stuff, I'm not able to record footage of menus, anything, or like going into the internet or anything like that. It kind of sucks because it makes it really hard to make videos about basically anything but direct gameplay footage. You also can't take screenshots from video clips now again. It's so lame. Anyway, this is broken. It will be broken, but hopefully, because we were seeing that I was getting responded to and stuff, hopefully this is going to be fixed relatively soon, and then we'll be able to solve this problem about how I placed this in the wrong area. And I just more than anything hope I don't have to take the walls out and move them over by a block. That would suck so bad. So hopefully we'll figure out something here. And I think it's going to be easy enough to change the way that we have this drop chute. If I was able to move it over by a block or two, then we're going to have to move like kind of our AFK deal down here. But if I go down here, I actually got plenty of room to do that. The way I set this up is kind of neat because there's plenty of room to like move stuff around. And I did that on purpose because I knew I was going to run into problems like this. Let's go walk into here. Get off my button. So you can see that if I... What the heck? These freaking minecarts are not supposed to hurt me. But they have been. This game is so full of bugs. Anyway, I could just move this door over by a block. And I could occupy these blocks. And these could be here. And we could just like kind of hit the snow from this angle. It's not ideal, but we could definitely move this around. So I'm not too worried about it. Anyway, I figured I would just show you that. And yeah, I think in the next episode, we're probably going to basically just move on because there's nothing we can do with this AFK area here anymore because we can't get XP to continue to do stuff. So we're basically just going to have to put this on hold for a while, which sucks. But the good news is that I got a lot of other stuff to work on. Okay, guys. Well, one of the next things I want to do, so because we have to put that on hold, I think the next thing I want to work on is this thing in the corner. And so basically, I'm going to explain this real quick. This is an infinite wall building device. You can sit here AFK and it will build a wall infinitely. You can also hook this up to a cobblestone generator, but at the moment, I've got it at a block randomizer. Really cool. So this is just a little secret sneak preview for the super peeps who are still watching the end of this longer episode. This is what we're going to do in the next episode. Super cool. So got to put that on hold, but at least we got a super extra awesome random slimestone invention to work on next time. So thanks for watching, everybody. That's going to do it for me. A little bit of a sad ending, but that's how Minecraft goes sometimes. When you push the boundaries, sometimes things break. And yeah, I think it'll be better relatively soon, I hope. Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you have a really good rest of your day. I always really appreciate the support on these videos. Make sure to hit the like button and leave a comment down below. It really helps out my channel. And it just makes me feel super great. People are liking the videos and commenting and stuff. So make sure to leave some feedback. Love you guys to death. See you in the next one. Have a good day. Bye-bye.